Hi, welcome to the Practical Polyglot. Today I'm going to talk about an approach to speaking that I find particularly useful, and part of learning to speak well in a foreign language is learning automatic phrases. Now, what are they? One great way to build proficiency, which is useful functional communication with a language in a real-world context, is to focus and cue in on a few what I call automatic phrases. This is not a novel or new idea, it's just my own twist and definition to it. So what are they? I'm going to lay out four different things, four different definitions that define what I mean when I say automatic phrases, and then I'm going to go into a little bit of detail with each one. So automatic phrases, they are a group of words that are learned together, remembered together, and said together. They are phrases or expressions that are memorized to the point of automaticity. They serve a communicative purpose. They express need, desire, opinion, emotion, or clarification. Ideally, these phrases are questions or expressions that can be applied in various situations. So we'll go back to that first one. A group of words that are learned together, remembered together, and said together. This means that you are not learning the words in isolation. You don't need to know the meaning of every individual word at the time that you learn it. You are learning the words as a group. You are not nitpicking the grammar or deciphering the literal meaning. You are simply focusing on communicating it as a unit. Okay, the second thing I said, they have phrases or expressions that are memorized to the point of automaticity. When you learn these phrases, you should be committing them completely to memory. You should be able to recite it on command and have it spill right out of your mouth without thought. Imagine it as engraved in your brain as a fixed unit. They serve a communicative purpose. When you learn these phrases or when you select them, make sure they express need, desire, opinion, emotion, clarification. There are other applications as well. Don't spend your time memorizing useless phrases. Some textbooks and websites like Duolingo are notorious for this. They have you learning phrases or items that you will never use. Why dedicate that precious brain space to topics that will never occur in daily conversation? For example, can owls turn their head 360 degrees? What is the distance of the sun from the earth? Do you build snowmen in the winter? Those may be extreme examples, but they illustrate my point. Don't spend your time learning phrases that you're never going to use. Focus on functional language. You want phrases that can be applied in various situations. These automatic phrases should be flexible, malleable, and applicable in all kinds of different scenarios. Memorize one phrase and use it in a bunch of different situations. That is one method of studying intelligently. One quick example is the Spanish phrase a qué hora, which is at what time. I think that this is a nice example of something that should be learned when you're learning a foreign language. This is a group of words that are learned together, remembered, and said together. I don't nitpick what a means. I don't go into the spelling of hora. I just memorize it as one phrase, and I understand that that's asking at what time. I ask my Spanish 2 students to memorize this question to the point of automaticity. They don't have to think about asking this question. This phrase is locked away in their language arsenal and easily accessible in any situation without thought. This question is applicable in all kinds of different scenarios. What time does it start? What time does it end? What time are we meeting? And I don't go into detail about the definition of the word. So let's go back at our 1 through 4 here. A qué hora? You learned it as a unit. I've memorized it to the point where I don't have to think about it. It serves a communicative purpose, clarification, and this phrase can be applied in various scenarios. I'd like to show you some other examples, briefly, of automatic phrases in foreign language. This list is by no means exhaustive. There are many other ways and items that you can come up with on your own, and I could come up with more if necessary if you want some more ideas. But these are all things that you should learn how to say when studying your foreign language. And you don't need to understand the grammar. You don't need to understand the meaning behind isolated words at this point. When you're first starting off, you need to just be able to communicate functional language. I hope that this has been helpful. Thank you for listening.